Good evening. Excuse me. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Hello, I'll try not to choke at the start of stream, but there we go. How are we all doing? Oh, that's a bit blurry. Focus. Focus on the eye. Focus, focus, focus. Is it not going to focus? Right, let's have a little. Fiddle with the camera. Of course, it's not been blurry for a long time. Focus. Hold the focus. No, it's not going to do it. It will come into its own at some point. It always does. It always does. Anyway, how is everybody? How are we all doing? I need to just change this slightly so I can see what I'm looking at. So this is the line I need to draw first. I was trying to work out how I was going to tackle these. And I think if I mark in all my main lines first. And then we'll see if it goes okay from doing these. Goes there. That one goes there. Right, it's still blurry. Come on, camera. Do your thing. Let's see if I put the what was the trick I used to do before? I would get an eye image, get it to focus on an eye. Focus on an eye. There we go. There we go. It's silly. that works. Hey Faisal, how you doing? Right, okay. I am in a stressy mood. Very, very stressed. I had a so let me just think really about where this is going. That's the underside. Okay, and that goes underneath it. Right, okay. So I was just sort of getting that straight in my head. So I had my annual, not annual, yes, my 6 monthly. You're good, you just woke up. Hey Panda, took a small nap after work, a 5-hour nap. I'm not sure that counts as a nap if it's 5 hours. I think that's just more of a general sleep, to be honest with you. But yes, I'm very stressed. So I had my 6 monthly checkup at the dentist today. And I also see the hygienist as well. So you're only meant to see the hygienist once a year, but I always go every 6 months. I tag that onto my dental appointment because I like to look after my teeth. And And for the last few years, I've not had a problem with my teeth at all. No fillings, no pain, and nothing. And I kind of felt like I'd got myself into a good, a good stage where my teeth were pretty much going to start behaving themselves from now on. And, because I've had fillings and I've had a couple of extractions before, and I just didn't want to go through that anymore. And it was just like, I really work really hard on dental hygiene. So I do the electric toothbrush, I do flossing, I use the little interdental brushes, I do all the stuff that you're meant to do. And I've been, like I said, I've been fine for a few years now. And then today I went, and I'm not afraid of the dentist, but since I've had this vertigo that affects me, I don't like going to the dentist or having treatment at the dentist, because if they use like a drill, the first drill is okay because it's just that high-pitched whizzy one, but it's the second drill that's really sort of and it makes your whole skull vibrate. When I had that the last time, it gave me a dizzy spell while I was in the chair, and so I had a panic attack, and because I always get a panic attack if I have vertigo and stuff like that. And so since then I've always been like working really hard on my dental hygiene so that I don't have to have any more fillings or anything like that. So I go today, I see the hygienist first, and there's a thing on my chart that when I go in, there's this big yellow banner on my chart that says do not lay patient flat because of vertigo. Because even though I have a lot of food triggers, it can also be triggered by positional, where my head is in position to my body. So if I'm completely and utterly flat, then that can make the room start spinning for me, and then I feel sick, and I have the sweats, and I have a panic attack, and it just spirals, and I just want to run away and hide in a dark corner, basically. And so I go in today and I see the hygienist, and she says, "All right, so how's the vertigo?" And I said, "Oh, it's been bad the past couple of months actually. It seemed to get triggered at the start of the year, and it's been bad." And she says, "Oh, so we won't lay you flat then? It says here not to lay you flat." And I went, "Yeah, that's right." And she starts talking to me about something else. And then she starts to lower the chair, and she's lowering it, and she's lowering it, and she's lowering it. And I'm thinking, she's going to lay me flat. And I said, "You can't lay me flat." And she goes, oh, I'm ever so sorry, sort of thing, and raises me slightly. And so I'd already started to get nervous because I was like, oh. So I was like shaking a little bit because I was like, oh, it nearly sort of triggered something, and I sort of got into a bit of a panic about it. And she carried on working, and then because she needed to get a position, without thinking, she just dropped the head of the chair and laid me flat. And I was like, no, raise me up. And she went, "Oh, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, for goodness sakes, you raised it with me when I went in the room. I raised it with you. You've done this twice now." And she was very, very apologetic and very sort of, "Oh, I'm so sorry, and all that sort of stuff. But it's like, well, it's too late by this point because I'm very on edge at this point. So I get the rest of the examination, everything is fine. And after about 40 minutes of being in her chair, I then go back in the waiting room to await my dental checkup with the dentist. And I finally get called through to her, and I have to go through the whole rigmarole again. "Please don't lay me down flat. Please don't lay me down flat." "Oh, no, I won't. No, I understand. Yeah, it says here on your chart. Yes, you have vertigo. Yes, that's still affecting you. Blah, 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 blah." And then what does she do? she starts chatting about something else because she's very, very chatty, my dentist. And then before I know it, me lay down flat again. It's like every single time. And I tell them, well, I don't know how she's randomly forgetting. I really don't know how she just randomly forgets from like 30 seconds before you've just said, oh, I'm not to lay you down flat. And then she just gets chat, and then it happens. So anyway, I have the checkup. Everything looks fine. And then she says, oh, we've not done any x-rays for 3 years, so we need to do some x-rays. So I was like, okay, that's fine. So they sit you up for x-rays, so that was okay. And she did this side, the left side, and that was fine. And then she went to do the right side. And when she placed it in my mouth, she sort of takes ages to sort of position the thing that goes up against the side of your face to sort of take the x-ray and everything. And as she does, I feel the thing slip. But I can't say anything because your mouth is full and you can't move and you're like this and sort of thing. And she's sort of done the x-ray sort of thing. Comes back. Hey, Jamie. Comes back. And she says, oh, it slipped. We're going to have to do another one on that side. So I have a third x-ray on this side. So I've had one here and 2 on this side. So this one goes in and this time it holds. And she's able to see the wisdom tooth at the back. And it's got a cavity in it. And she's like, it's quite a sizable cavity. Are you in any pain? And I said, well, no, I've not noticed anything with my teeth. And she says, well, you've got options. She says, we can fill it or we can take it out. She says, but if we fill it, because it's quite a sizable cavity, it might end up then having to just be like a root canal, and it might as well just be easier just to take the whole thing out because you don't need your wisdom teeth anyway, and it would just cause you problems later on down the line. And I'm just like, the idea of having to have a filling with that horrible drill that will vibrate my skull and then probably lead to further treatment anyway is just like, no. So I'm kind of thinking the extraction is probably the better thing to do. So I said to her, well, is it going to be like a general anesthetic or do I go to hospital to have it done? And she says, oh, no. She says, I can do it here. It'll just be under a local anesthetic. And I was like, oh, okay. And I'm just sort of trying to imagine in my head possibly being laid flat because no one ever listens to me, and having the whole dizzy thing starting off, as well as the tugging and the whatever it is that they do to get the wisdom tooth out is just going to make my whole skull go ugh. And I'm just like starting to panic. I was in such a tiz while I was there, and I felt like crying, I felt like running away, I felt like hiding. I was just like, this is too much. This is just like overwhelming me at this point. And I said to the lady on reception, who is usually her assistant, I said, how long does it take to have a wisdom tooth extraction? And she said, oh, it can just, once you've got the anesthetic in and we start work, it can be a matter of 5 minutes. She says, let me have a look at your x-rays and I'll see if it's going to take longer. And she looked at my x-ray and she said, no, yours should be just a few minutes. It shouldn't be that long at all because of where the tooth was positioned. And I said, right, because I'm really worried about the whole vertigo thing. I said, I'm not worried about having the tooth out or the pain, or I can deal with all of that. I said, but it's having vertigo while I'm in the chair and you've got all these tools and things in my mouth and everything and I'm laid flat. And she says, oh, we don't do it while you're laid flat. You'd be sat up. And I thought, right, will I though? I don't know. But anyway, she said I can, because I don't have any pain, she says I can leave it and I can do it the next time I come in for a checkup, which will be in August. And I kind of like that idea of just sort of putting it off because it just allows me to not think of it for a bit. But I was talking to Nathan this afternoon, and he was saying, but if you leave it till August, you've got all that time to get worried about it, and your anxiety will be worse. And what if the infection moves into the tooth next to it? And you just ought to get it done sooner rather than later. And I'm kind of thinking that he does have a point. He very much has a point there. And but I'm just so scared to do it. And so I came home, I was almost in tears by the time I got home, by the time I'd driven myself home. And I said to Nick, I said, look, if I go and have this done, you are going to have to come with me. I am going to need my emotional support, human, with me, because I just don't think that I'm going to be able to do this on my own. So yeah, so I've got that to face, and I am scared to death. And I'm like, do I have it done before we go away on holiday in June, or do I wait to... Nick is a component of waiting, of not doing it at all, because he says, well, if it's not hurting you. But I'm like, I want to get ahead of any other further problems that may happen if I leave it too long. So I don't know. I honestly do not know. Let me just do one section at a time, otherwise I'm just going to get confused. Right, so let me do this dark blue. Get it over and done with. It's only going to be on your mind. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I mean, I'll probably put myself through all this trauma and stress and worry, and it won't be half as bad as what I'm expecting. But if you're an anxious person, I'm sure you all know that your brain very helpfully provides you with all the possibilities of what may happen. And I'm getting myself terrified of the what ifs. I need that. Where's that other blue? Is it this one? Is it that indanthrene blue? Yeah. I just want it over and done with. I do feel, you know, being an advocate of don't linger about it and just get it over and done with. But I need to get, I didn't think to do it while I was there because I was like so keen to get out the door, but I really need to get a quote as well because I think I'm an NHS patient. I am an NHS. I'm sure I'm an NHS patient because of how much I pay for my checkups and things. But I need to find out how much it's going to be to have this done, and I'm literally going to have it done. Sort of holding on to squeezing Nick's hand. And Becca said to me, when you have it done, put your earpods in and listen to something. So I think I might get like not like a hypnotic thing, but a soothing thing from like a podcast that just allows, it keeps you calm and things, because Becca had one, excuse me, that she listened to when she went to the dentist last, and I might find out what it was that she had and have that. So I'm listening to that just to sort of take me out of the place that I'm in. But yeah, because I'm also of the mindset that if I don't have it done before I go away on a holiday, you can bet your little blue cotton socks that I'll end up having toothache on holiday. It will start while I'm on holiday when I can't do anything about it. I just feel like that is the sod's law that will happen, that will apply. Right, so this next bit, so we have this bit here, then we have a little bit of a white gap. And then let's do that. Hey Piccolo! Thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. I'm complaining about having to have work done at the dentist. Oh dear. I mean, my dentist is good if, you know, you're anxious and stuff. And I've never been anxious about the dentist just since I've had this vertigo. Because vertigo is the worst thing ever. And I mean, a lot of people think, oh yeah, I get lightheaded, it's not very nice. Vertigo is not lightheadedness. It is not. It is, I physically see the room spinning. I see it. I don't feel it, but I see it. And so with that go, because obviously my eyes are doing that sort of nystagmus thing, because it's sort of making the room spin, then I feel the dizziness, like I'm on the worst, you know, Wurlitzer fun fairground ride that's not so fun. And because I have this huge phobia of being sick, that then triggers the nausea, and then I start to feel sick, and so then I have a panic attack, which then increases my anxiety, and I get this big whole vicious circle sort of thing going on. And it's like, I don't know what I'm going to do. Been living in fear of future treatment. And now it's finally here. Oh, right, okay, so this bit here at the top. Piccolo, raiding with a party of one. Hey, Raider. How are you doing? How was your stream? And then back here, I need the dark blue. That goes all the way out. It's just keeping in these little white highlights that are in here. Right, let's add a bit more blue into this. I think what I'll do is I'm just going to let the decision just sort of, because like I say, I'm not in pain, so I think I'm just going to let the situation just sort of sit for a little bit, and when I'm not so anxious and the news is sort of settled in and acceptance has happened, then maybe I'll be able to make a decision. Painting some figs. Oh, and I see your work and it's beautiful. Oh, thanks so much, Piccolo. I really appreciate that. Are you painting figs with actual paints or pastels, oils, acrylics? What are you using? I'll have to check out your channel and see what you're doing. I'm just in a really confusing bit here right now. I'm just sort of trying to make sure I get each section, because each section is quite distinct here. And I need just a sort of pale blue in this little bit here. I decided to do a dragon because the last coloured pencil piece that I did was very much a lot of greys and greens and browns and very muted colours, and it was a crocodile, and then I did an ink drawing which was obviously just black and white, and I just needed colour. So, and I'd been asked to draw a dragon for some time, so did that. Game Workshop paint. I'm not an artist like you, you're an artist. If you are painting, if you are making, if you are crafting, if you are creating in any sort of way, then you're an artist. Accept it. I have made a decree. You are an artist. I do some, I paint some miniatures as well. I've done a couple of streams where I've painted miniatures. I've got a lot of the Warhammer stuff, and is it 40k? 40k? Warhammer 40k? I think it's that. I'm just trying to think what the creatures were that I painted, but I can't think of what they were called. 40k, yeah, okay, right. It's like a long time since I had them in their box. I've been painting them for a while. Actually, they're just behind me. I could get them out and show them to you. But yeah, it's fun to do. It's fun to do colours and just have something a little bit different. Right. Okay, that's that bit. That's that bit done. Over there. And then we have that goes up there, so I need this line. Have that bit there. I've not really done that line as clear as I could have done, but it's okay. I'll be able to sort of remove that later with the scratch tool. It'll be fine. Okay, right. I knew this bit would take a lot of concentration because there are so many like white intercrossing lines. It's like a spaghetti junction in here. So yeah, so this afternoon I came home from the dentist and I needed to take out my anxiety and stress on a game, so I played a little bit of Valo. And that wasn't too bad actually. Needed that sort of stress relief of taking out my fears and my upset on a computer game. I'm just going to add a little bit of this brighter blue over the top just to lift that colour slightly. Oh, there goes the phone. Somebody get the phone. Right, so now I've got this big section here Let's do this little section first. A fish fishing. A fish fishing. Okay. Let me get my little notepad out. A fish fishing. Let me get the pencil. Okay. I just feel like we need like fins. Need a fin sort of holding. Some like grass things here. And right, is this not just cannibalism? This is not just like fishy cannibalism. There you go. A fish fishing. Or maybe I should have put like a human swimming under here. But there we go. I can only draw Piccolo if something is right in front of me. If I have to try and draw from my imagination, it never goes very well. Which is why we have the Redeemer Doodle on on the channel, because it's just, yeah, it's just nice and embarrassing, really. Actually, I can do this section and then go in with the dark a bit after, can't I? can do that thing. You love it. Good, good, good. I saw I found a new artist that I really like, and she draws on a different paper to me. She draws on pastel mat, but uses coloured pencil on pastel mat. Now, I'd been using my pastel mat just for me to practice my pastels on. FYI, I'm still really bad at pastels. And I thought, oh, I must try coloured pencil on pastel mat. So I think that might be my next challenge. But let me just see if I can find her name. Tell you who she is, because I think you guys would really like her. Following. Yeah, okay, so on TikTok her name is Art by Jasmine, so ARTBY_JAZMIN, and hang on, I'll show you. So Art by Jasmine, and look how cute this stuff is. So she does otters, she does a little bit of Lilo and Stitch, polar bears, she's got a little reindeer, a fox, 2 cute otters, Toothless, and look, a little Freddy Krueger, whichever one that is, Lilo or Stitch, I don't know because I never watched it, but so cute. I mean, obviously she's done some animal portraits. But look, Scary Pikachu. I just thought she was so cute. Well, the drawings are so cute. Anyway, so I followed her. I thought it was so good. So if anyone wants to follow her, she's a really good artist. I love finding new artists like that. I'd love to be able to draw like that. Doing those little cutesy cutesy little things. Hey Panda, I had no idea you'd done so much of that jigsaw already. I think it was on like 54% when I went to grab the link for it today to put in the chat. I was like, oh my god. You guys are crazy good at those. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to get my white gel pen and just go over these lines with the white gel pen just to make them really white and make them stand out. But first I've got to make these sections really dark. I've got them mapped out, I can. Hey Natalie, how are you? You and your brother keep doing it. Yeah, it's Froggies. The new puzzle is Froggies. Cool, my eyes suddenly feel really tired. Right, where's that gel pen? Not there. Must be in this packet. The colours. Here we go. Just make sure I've got any sticky bits there. is going to need a couple of coats, but that's okay. Let the first coat dry. There, it's looking a little bit, but to start off with, I was like, oh, no, don't know. But it's doing its thing. It's doing its thing. Right, now where was that cobalty green colour? Not that one. This one. Right, this is... I think the nerve-wracking bit about art is that sometimes you're doing the drawing, you're working on what you've got right in front of you, and it goes through what can only be described as an ugly stage. And as you're doing that ugly stage, you're thinking, oh my God, what am I doing? What am I doing? This doesn't look right. And it can be really scary because you think you've made a mistake. And you just have to be confident to keep pushing through it. And I feel that way all the time. See something that I just want to do here. Just need to get more of that dark. Because it just needs to cast a shadow because it's on the inner part. There we go. That's better. Right. But we're getting there. We are getting there with Mr. Dragon. I think we probably need a name for this dragon. Erin the dragon. I need this blue. Maybe. Right, that needs... where is the cinnamon? Cinnamon colour. No, it needs to be pinker than that. So let me choose. Let's use this light magenta. Right, purple. Let's put a pale purple over most of it, and then I'll do the blending. The blending in. I mean, I suppose the dragon could be a female dragon. Becca said she thought it looked more like a water serpent because of the colours. I'm not sure what sort of... I kind of feel like dragons need to have a really sort of strong name. Erin is good. Erin the dragon. But I don't want to just go with the first guess. I want to be able to choose. I swear, Bruce. Bruce, no, it's definitely not. It's definitely not a Bruce, Natalie. Definitely not a Bruce. Something made up. Aaron. Sounds a bit like Aaron. Don't have anything against Aaron, but doesn't feel magical enough for a dragon. I mean, I kind of feel like all the best dragon names have been taken, because it's like Aragon, Smaug. I'm trying to think. Puff. Puff the magic dragon. Lived by the sea. I need a sharp point for this. Don't press down too hard, don't press down too hard, don't press down too hard. Ooh, Aristae. Tylin? I mean, at the minute, I'm still thinking Erin with the double R might be the best one. That's the one I'm liking the best at the moment. Jeff, Steve, Trevor, Gordon. Steve is a banging name. Trying to think. No, I'm sorry, I can't go with a normal name for a dragon. It's got to be... I think this is going to have to be Erin. Natalie wins. Silly, isn't it? You always go back to the first one. It's like when you go shopping for anything. You see the first one and you're like, well, I'm not going to get it from here because I need to shop around. I'm not going to get the first one. And then you always end up coming back to the first one. You stand with Tal. Tal. Huh? Oh, Natalie. It's okay. It's like, huh? Same with crime series. It's always the first person the detectives meet who's the perpetrator. Yeah, maybe. Has anyone watched that True Detective Night something? It's got Jodie Foster in it. I haven't started watching it yet, but everyone's raving about it. I think I might start watching it because it kind of looks... It looks good, and I haven't watched a good detective thing for a long time. Right, now let's see. I need a... Which colour? Geez, which colour is that? Is that like a grey? Seems weird to have a grey. It's got this dark blue around it. Let's do that first, and then I'll work out what to do with the rest. More of that blue here. Right, this has a little bit of purple. And there's a little bit of a little flash of pink here. It's not looking too bad. Right. I think it's got a dark edge here. Let's make it this blue. Then it's got the dark blue on that side. Do you know what? It is a grey, so but I'm gonna add this little touch of green underneath it because we've got these very sort of aqua. Actually, this might do. Actually, that works perfectly. Go earth green. And then with the black, where's the black? The black, we have lots of like little bits sort of coming over it. Let's just change this to some blue bits coming up. And then there are these little, just little white blobs on it. That's better. Right. I'll do this horn and let's see where we are. Quite sure does go quiet in here when I'm concentrating, doesn't it? Sometimes I completely forget that I'm streaming and I just get into drawing the picture and just trying to get the shading right. And completely forget what I is doing. Right. You don't mind. It's a good thing you don't mind. It's a good thing you don't mind, Natalie, honestly. Sometimes I think you need to be talking, you need to be saying something. Let's go and see how that jigsaw's getting along. Right. I knew this bit here would be really, really complicated. And I do think it still needs to go darker, but I think I'm going to leave that to the next time. You're just chilling doing the puzzle. Let's have a look and see how the puzzle's coming along. Let's have a little look-see. Oh my god! I mean, it looks almost done. And yet there still seem to be so many pieces. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Let's go to just trying to think. No, it's not that one. It's not that one. There we go. This is just crazy. I haven't even got my eyes in on this puzzle, so I don't even know where the best bit would be. Oh, first go. This is just crazy that you've done so much already. I mean, well done. There are just so many colours, aren't there? It's just like, oh my god. I just haven't got a clue where to go. I mean, green. There we go. Let's go for some of the more brighter colours. That might be a bit more helpful. Who knows? Panda's done 219 pieces. Oh my god, Panda, that's amazing. Bubble, you've done 152. That's crazy. We've got someone who's done 24, and I'm probably the other 4. This kind of looks like it's a... There you go. I mean, this is bright green, right? So that's got to go around something. There we go. That's bright orange. So that's got to go somewhere. Does it go on any of this? Answer to a never-ending story. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Where does this go then? I feel like it probably goes there. Yes, it does. Do 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 do. This looks like it's... I don't know. No, I'm going to leave you guys to finish it off, I think. So there we go. Anyway, yeah, Panda and Bubble are carrying in the jigsaw puzzle arena. You're doing really well, guys. Keep on doing it. And I am going to end the stream for now, and we'll be back tomorrow. I think it's probably going to be a Valo stream with everybody tomorrow. So, oh, look at that. Well done, Bubble. So yeah, so we'll probably just be gaming tomorrow. Have a little break, have a little change, and then we'll see where we go from there. So yeah, enjoy doing the puzzle. Thank you for your company on the stream. I appreciate your company as always, and I hope you all have a fabulous rest of your day, and I will hopefully see you here tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Let's see, is there anyone who we can jump to? Let's have a look. Go back to Twitch. Let's just shall we raid James? James is on Valo. Shall we raid James? Can we raid James? How do we do a raid? Somebody tell me, how do we do a raid? What do I have to do? Is it /raid and then you put their name? Someone tell me. How do we do that? Or, hang on. Let me go to my dashboard. And raid channel. Pick a channel to raid. James. Are we all happy to go? Right, thanks ever so much everybody for joining me, and I will see you all tomorrow. Take care guys. Bye. Ready to raid in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Please work. Raid now.
A good stream. Were you playing any games or were you doing the art? Doing the art. What? Yeah, that's my mom, yo. That be my mom?
It's you and me.
Oh my god.